Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Tiger. Today we are going to learn about how to calculate the resultant of the concurrent forces by the resolution method, that is analytical method. So let us start for today's session. Here we are taking one example of the concurrent force system in which we have to calculate the resultant in a magnitude and direction by analytical method. So before solving such type of problem, let us discuss some points to be remembered while solving the problem. So first, resolve all the forces which are inclined into horizontal and vertical component. Suppose this force P is inclined with x-axis with theta, then resolve this P force into its horizontal and vertical component. So it is P cos theta and this is P sin theta. As it is placed in the first quadrant, so x component will be positive and also y will be positive. Second one, then find sigma fx and sigma fy. Next, with the help of this sigma fx and sigma fy, find resultant that is r and its magnitude, so its direction. Then locate the resultant in the quadrant by seeing the sign of sigma fx and sigma fy. Now let us understand how to locate this resultant by seeing the sign of sigma fx and sigma fy. So we know that there are four quadrants: plus x-axis, minus x-axis, positive y, negative y. So if the sigma fx and sigma fy both are positive, then the resultant will locate in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, signs are for x minus y plus, so sigma fx minus and sigma fy plus, then it will be in second quadrant. For third, both are negative, so sigma fx and sigma fy both are negative, then it is in the third quadrant. Plus minus, then the resultant will locate in the fourth quadrant. So according to, we can place the or locate the resultant by seeing the sign of sigma fx and sigma fy. Always take care that every inclined force is inclined with the x-axis. If not, then make it by the calculation. So this theta should be with the horizontal. Now how to calculate this resultant in magnitude and direction? So let us discuss. So let the resultant be in the first quadrant. So its horizontal component is sigma fx and vertical component will be sigma fy and this angle is theta. So by the Pythagoras theorem, the resultant in magnitude according to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square, that means r square equal to sigma fx square plus sigma fy square. So if we take the square root on both sides, we'll get r is equal to square root of sigma fx bracket square plus sigma fy bracket square. So by this formula we can calculate the magnitude of resultant. Now let us try to find out the direction. So if we calculate tan theta, what is tan theta from this figure? Tan theta means the ratio of opposite side to the adjacent side. So opposite side upon adjacent side. Now opposite side is sigma fy, so sigma fy upon sigma fx. That means tan theta equal to sigma fy upon sigma fx. So theta equal to what? Tan inverse of sigma fy upon sigma fx. This is the direction of r. So these are the two formulas for calculating the resultant in magnitude and direction, and for locating the resultant we will observe the sign of sigma fx and sigma fy and locate the resultant in the respective quadrant with theta making with x-axis of that quadrant. So let us solve the example of the resultant. So let us try to solve this example. For this example we will use the tabular format. So here total 4 forces are acting at one point. That means this is the concurrent force system with the 4 forces. Now observe these 4 forces are in the push sense. Then our first step is resolve this all forces which are inclined with the x-axis into horizontal and vertical component. So we will make a chart in which we will take these 4 forces and then resolve into horizontal and vertical component. So let us take first column is serial number, then forces, then theta with positive x-axis or negative x-axis, then orthogonal components, horizontal and vertical. So horizontal component is fx and vertical component is fy. So first is 50 Newton is in the first quadrant, so draw accordingly. So this 50 Newton in the first quadrant. Now show the sign of x-axis and y-axis, so it is plus. Theta is 30 degree, so x-axis theta is 30 degree. So fx component is what? F cos theta, and fy component is what? F sin theta. So for this 50 Newton, fx component will be 50 cos 30. It is in the first quadrant, so x component will be positive, so it is positive. Y component also positive, so positive f50 sin 30. If you solve by the tabular method, then it is very easier to find out the orthogonal components of each force. Second, now the second is in the second quadrant with magnitude 70 Newton, making angle 45 with the y-axis. So it also makes 45 with the negative x-axis. So we will write down only angle with x-axis, and that is also 45 degree. So here theta with negative x-axis is 45 degree, and sine, this is positive, this is negative for the second quadrant. So x component will be negative and y component will be positive. So it is 70 cos 45, and this is 70 sin 45. Okay. Then the third force is along the negative x-axis, and its magnitude is 100 Newton. Now it makes angle 0, so it having only horizontal component, no vertical component, because it is not inclined, it is only along the x-axis, so it having only x component. So x component is what? Negative 100 Newton. Okay, and this is missing or 0. Then fourth one is 60 degree in the fourth quadrant. 60 degree in the fourth quadrant. It makes 20 degree with the y-axis. We required with the x-axis. So remaining angle 90 minus 20, that is 70. So this angle will be 70 degree. Sine for x-axis it is positive, for y-axis is negative. So this angle will be 70. So it becomes plus 60 cos 70, and for y component is negative, negative 60 sin 70. So take the summation of this fx or horizontal components and then summation of this vertical components fy. So let us take first sigma fx. So sigma fx equal to, mention as it is, plus 50 cos 30 minus 70 cos 45 minus 100 plus 60 cos 70. So let us calculate this. 50 cos 30, 50 into cos 30 minus in bracket 70 cos 45 bracket complete equal to minus 100 equal to minus plus in bracket 60 cos 70 bracket complete. So we'll get minus 80.67. So sigma fx is minus 85.674 Newton. Now take the sigma fy. Sigma fy equal to, so write down first components, plus 50 sin 30 plus 70 sin 45. Now this is 0, so you can write 0 plus, minus, this is minus 60 sin 70. So let us calculate this. We'll get 50 sin 30 is equal to plus in bracket 70 sin 45 bracket complete is equal to plus 0 is equal to minus bracket 60 sin 70 bracket complete is equal to, we'll get 18 point, so it is plus 18.115 Newton. Now find out the resultant, magnitude of resultant, by using the formula. So R is equal to square root of sigma fx bracket square plus sigma fy bracket square, so is equal to square root of minus 85.67 bracket square plus 18.12 bracket square is equal to, so let us solve this. So minus 85.67 square plus 18.12 bracket square is equal to, and its root is 87.56. So 87.56 Newton. So this is the magnitude of the resultant, magnitude of resultant. Now next is direction and position direction and position of the resultant. Okay, so for the resultant, now as sigma fx is negative, sigma fx is negative and sigma fy is positive, that means resultant lies in which quadrant? Resultant lies in x is negative and y is positive, that means it is in the second quadrant. Resultant lies in the second quadrant. Okay, so let us find out the theta, that means its direction. Theta equal to tan inverse of mod sigma fy upon sigma fx, sigma fx. Here we have taken mod, so if the value comes negative, it is also positive. Consider it is as a positive, so it is tan inverse of sigma fx is what? Sorry, sigma fy is 18.12 upon sigma fx is minus 85.67. Here it is negative, but we have taken positive because it is mod, so it will tan inverse of 18.12 divided by 85.67, so we'll get 0.211. so tan inverse of 0.212. okay, now take the tan inverse of this, so shift tan, will get tan inverse, that is 11.94. so theta will be 11.94 degree. Now locate this resultant in the second quadrant. So this is the second quadrant, this is negative x-axis, this is positive y-axis. So the resultant R makes angle theta equal to 11.94 degree. The magnitude of the resultant is 87.56 Newton. So it is sigma fx and this is sigma fy. So in this way we can find out the resultant, its direction and the position from the resolution method or analytical method. So in next lecture we will solve another problem by analytical method. Be with us for next lecture. If you are new for our channel, subscribe our channel and press bell icon to get the notification for the next videos. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and be with us.